Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. It's an interesting life, living here, working in the sphere of YouTube we call the Fellowship. We have spent years warning people, warning the industry, warning corporations, companies, creators, whoever would listen. Don't make woke bullshit. Do not make SJW-themed, agenda-driven entertainment because it's going to destroy not only your company, but the franchises that have, well, let's just say for decades up until the past 5 or 6 years, made millions and millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. See Star Wars, see Star Trek, see Doctor Who. These franchises, once upon a time, were all juggernauts. They did well, they did great. Not anymore. And it's the fault of woke retards. Ooh, I said the R word. I'm in trouble. I said again, retards who don't learn the lessons. Customers don't want your agenda-driven shit. So it's very entertaining for us here in the Fellowship, our little sphere of YouTube, when the mainstream shill media finally catches on. Box office. Hollywood Reporter says, existential crisis ahead as Hollywood rethinks what makes a hit. Domestic revenue was able to clear $9 billion in 2023, the best showing of the post-pandemic era, but that's the glass half full view. We can't just keep cranking out the same old franchise fare. Wow, it's almost as if I've been saying for years now on this channel, don't keep making reboots, revivals, restarts, whatever you want to call them. Make original things that are escapist, not agenda-driven. But let's see what these geniuses finally have to say in connection to what we've been saying for years. 1 out of every 5 moviegoers has vanished since the pandemic, according to research compiled by one Hollywood studio. Whether they'll ever return to see a film on the big screen is anyone's guess, and if they do, when? Not me, because you don't make anything worth my time. It's an alarming stat that offers some explanation as to why the box office turned on its head in 2023, leaving the film industry bewildered and befuddled. Superhero fare, the genre that helped prop up the business for well over a decade, no longer got a free pass as mega-budget picks bombed, including The Flash and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, both from DC, and Marvel Studios' The Marvels. Wow! It's almost as if 2 years ago, everybody in the Fellowship, in the sphere, everybody who's against woke propaganda said The Flash isn't going to do well because nobody likes Ezra Miller. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom isn't going to do well because you're slating it after the DCU EU is dead. And then the Marvels, we said Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, and the host of retards who were a part of that production were not going to put butts in seats. The original Captain Marvel was a good marketing scam placed between the 2 biggest movies of all time in the superhero genre, and in some cases, cinema. People thought they had to go see Captain Marvel to understand what was going to happen in Endgame. In fact, you didn't. Audiences' tastes are changing, and it feels like they want more challenging fare, says Chief ComScore box office analyst I ain't going to even try to say that name. Audiences' tastes have not changed. What customers want, customers, not consumers, customers. What customers want is entertainment, escapism entertainment, free of agenda, filled with classic themes that are not full of ideology. That's what people want. They want characters they care about, stories that are fun and exciting and new, not reboots, not continuations of dead franchises, which is all Western entertainment is capable of these days. The existential crisis settled in for the long term when a pair of fresh original summer movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, outwitted everyone and transformed into a cultural phenomenon known as Barbenheimer. While Barbie is based on a known IP, there were no guarantees that filmmaker Greta Gerwig's fresh and irreverent take would work. Barbie is the first female that, okay, they got a bullshit, all this right here. No, you know why Barbie worked? The simple reason why every movie works in the end. It was written for, directed by someone who understood the material, and geared towards and marketed towards a specific audience. There's nothing unique or crazy about Barbie. It had a mega marketing campaign that got the proper fan base excited for it. And then that fan base dragged their husbands and boyfriends to go see it. And then that same fan base went back over and over again, fan base being women, to see it in groups because it touched their childhood. It touched that nice little soft spot in memory lane that said, hey, I remember when I played with Barbies, it was so much fun. That's why Barbie was a success. It didn't come out of nowhere. It did the classic equation when it came to having a film be successful. Market it, make it, gear it, sell it to the people who want it the most. Oppenheimer, it's a history biopic. People are interested in history, and at the same time, it was made by one of the biggest, most successful directors in the current modern cinema era. That's why those movies worked. And then good word of mouth. Let's keep going. Around the same time as Barbenheimer, the conservative skewing movie Sound of Freedom took off at the box office with virtually no warning and did more business domestically, $184.2 million, than tried and true franchise installments Indiana Jones, then The Dial-Up of Destiny, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Wow, okay, this is an easy breakdown as well. Word of mouth. Word of mouth worked with Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom, something that struck home because it told a truth, an uncomfortable truth that Hollywood doesn't really want to pay attention to because a lot of the people involved in Hollywood take part in it. Then, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, that was bad luck, bad timing. If that movie had been released 2 or 3 months earlier, it probably would have done better. Sound of Freedom played a role in taking away from the juice that Mission Impossible would have had. As for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, that's not a tried and true franchise anymore. It was a dead franchise walking because nobody asked for a 5th Indiana Jones film with 80-plus-year-old Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge cucking him at every turn. It's agenda-driven. It was ideologically driven. It was intersectionally driven. It was a nightmare of a movie, which is why it failed, why it only made $300 million and it needed $1 billion to break even. That is why Indiana Jones failed. It didn't fail because it was a tried and true franchise that didn't strike home. No, it failed because it was ruined by ideology and agenda. The family marketplace also remained incredibly fragile post-pandemic, particularly for original animated fare such as Disney's Wish. Disney's Wish, an agenda-driven nightmare again. White man, bad. Little brown girl and her goat, good. Let's make Disney into a multiverse. That's why Wish failed, because it was crap. As opposed to Super Mario Brothers the movie, which, again, like Barbie, was marketed to the right audience. The old school gamers, the people who love Mario. Mario, an iconic character for decades. That's what people gravitated to, and Mario just happened to be very kid-friendly. I was in the theater, one of the rare times I went to the theater last year. I was in the theater, and as I was leaving, I heard the little children say, when we come back, I want to see this again. It hit all the right notes. Wish didn't. Elemental didn't. You notice I leave Elemental off this. Elemental did not. Disney doesn't know what to do anymore because Disney isn't geared towards family-friendly entertainment. It is geared towards agenda-driven entertainment to push the woke ideology, the not-so-secret agenda. That is what this article fails to understand. This is all happening because Hollywood doesn't care about entertainment. It cares about agenda, ideology. Everything is so lopsided, says Wall Street analyst Rich Greenfield of the Lightshed Ventures. The number of big-budget movies in 2023 that didn't make money felt like an all-time high. Consumer interest in movie-going has been permanently altered. The question is, can theaters survive another horrific year? Right away, a Wall Street analyst says, consumer. We're not consumers. We're customers. We are here to give you our money to be entertained, not to be lectured to. So this dink doesn't freaking get it. It's not about being a consumer. It's about being a customer. Nothing has been permanently altered. Again, they fail to understand. Nothing is drastically changed. People still want to be entertained. And when something is geared toward a specific audience, they will show up. But when something is boring, when something is uninteresting, when it's filled with characters and a story you don't care about, nobody's gonna show up. See the Marvels.
Black Girl Magic!
Notes a top studio executive, we are definitely going through an evolution and we just can't keep cranking out the same old franchise fare. We have to do better. The ways we did things for decades don't work anymore. Now you have hit the bullseye or get close to it, and then a lot of that has to do with the abundance of streaming product. When there's a multitude of options for audiences to watch at home, there better be a special reason to go to the theater. Wrong, wrong, wrong. That is the bullshit excuse. That is an executive who lives up his own ass. Nothing has changed. Barbie and Super Mario Brothers worked because they used their traditional equation to put butts in seats. What this guy doesn't get, what none of them get, is that what you've done for the past several years changed the equation. Agenda-driven doesn't sell. Get woke, go broke.
Everything woke turns to shit.
Some Wall Street analysts are confident the box office can weather the year's changes, as well as potentially through 2024 with a lean release calendar because of strike-related delays. We do believe the industry can overcome its near-term hurdles and should be well-positioned for improved results in 25-26, says Eric Handler, Roth MKM Partners. Yeah, how about good stuff come out? How about good stuff come out? That would be great. That'll put butts in seats, and that'll move things along. But guess what? You're all creatively bankrupt. That's the problem, and ideologically corrupted. Observers also know that domestic revenue was ultimately able to cross $9 billion in 2023 for the first time since the pandemic, thanks to a diverse Christmas menu and a better-than-expected performances from films including Color Purple. Hey, guess what? Color Purple? It's losing money. Color Purple had a $100 million budget, and it's only made about $45 million last I checked, with the legs getting shorter and shorter with every passing day. Color Purple's not a success. That's a failure. Another Halle Bailey failure, to be exact. That's not. Wonka did okay, but it's already being forgotten. The Boys in the Boat don't even know what that is. This is not success. This was not a successful Christmas. This was a failure Christmas. They had to move things around to make it look good. Fake fudge numbers. They are desperate to paint the picture that everything's going to be fine. No, 2024 is not going to look good for movies, for companies, for all these woke-driven corporations who have been peddling the false narrative that, oh, it's fatigue, oh, things are different, oh, it's post-pandemic. No. There are movies out there, as I've stated throughout this entire video, that have proven the original method of making a good movie and selling it to the customer still works. Nothing will change. This proves that Hollywood has not learned their lesson because they don't understand the lesson to begin with. Don't make agenda-driven trash. Make escapism entertainment, like the Iron Age. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube. We hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan fake fan and SJW Fifi. Hit the notification button. Show my videos if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from the real passionate fan out there, the customer. I care what you think. I do not care what the fake fan stands and SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all cowards behind keyboards, and I can't wait to be read at over this. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, @theranernerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.